revised list of business. It says private members' business resolutions from 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m.
That is private members' business.
No.
That is, but for one resolution is 2 hours. Sit down.
No. Let me, 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. It was decided to take up that
So
reply.
2.5 hours.
No, short duration discussion, that reply was taken up. Then there was another intervention of clarification.
Okay.
By the minister. Till what time you would like to
I'll
conduct
tell
the
you.
house?
I'll tell you.
You please tell me.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I thought, what I thought is, see, I have only Tiruchi 3 minutes. Sri Lankavan is here. 3 minutes. Let me, only 3 minutes. No. You have no time here. You come and sit in the chair. No time left. For others, category 0. So I am giving you 3 times. That is. Then T.S. Ilangovan also, same category, 3 minutes. Randhar Rapalu, Congress party has left 3 minutes. So 3 minutes, 9. He will have 2 minutes. Or 3 minutes, 12 minutes. And then reply. Why not we, before 6 we can finish. I think, so that before 6 we can finish. What is the name? Before 6. Yeah, that is okay. Yeah. So that one business is over. Now, Tiruchi, please start. Only 3 minutes. Minister may take.
Yeah, because
Who is the minister replying? You are?
He has to reply.
Home Minister. Who is replying? Oh, Law Minister. How much? How much time you will take? 15 minutes.
He has to answer to all questions.
Yeah.
But what the resolution mover, Mr. Raja, is saying that if there is no adequate time, then he was let it continue in the next week.
That is your house to decide. If the house wants, I have no problem. Yeah. I have no objection.
Because it will be otherwise we'll be rushing and I will be just speaking for a few minutes only.
No, if the house wants, I have no objection.
I have no objection, sir.
No, then see, I'll tell you, the problem is, the rule says that there shall be 2.5 hours for private members' business. And I don't see any provision to cut that. That is a problem. So, better to continue. Otherwise,
हाउस का भी यही मुझे लगता है मूड है इसको then continue for next week continue. I think Mr. Raja is also matter is very serious and most other people are also wanted to speak on this issue.
That is not the issue. Issue is for private members business there should be 2.5 hours. Now how much okay? How much okay? You can give. Yeah. That is. See that. Yeah, Tiruchi Shiva. See, this is not the issue. Is the rule says that there shall be 2.5 hours for private members bill. So.
Private members' time has been taken away by other business.
No, if the house, of course, house is supreme. I am only bringing it to my notice.
Next sessions.
So, that is it. I will read. No, house is supreme, I agree, but chair has to adhere to rules and tell the rule also. Unless the chairman otherwise directs. Not less than 2.5 hours of sitting on Friday shall be allotted for the transaction of private members' business. This is all what I am pointing out. I know you will.
Sir, unless otherwise the other members object, let it be taken up next Friday. Next Friday, let it be taken up next Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
No, you quote only unless otherwise chairman directs.
Or the Friday week.
You see, no.
The decision is with
Tell you, next Friday will be, that is 5th will be bill. And 12th will be resolution only. So, Oh. There is another ballot. Oh, then there is danger. For 12th, they have already conducted another ballot and it is notified also the result. So on 12th, it will only Raja's business will stand because the next one will not stand. You understood? Eh? No. I don't want to misguide anybody. What is the, show me the list of business.
Sir, a small clarification, sir.
No, let me finish this point. That is, next Friday for resolutions, that is now 12th. Raja's, this discussion going on will remain because it is already started. The next one is Subbarama Reddy. That will not be taken up. Because there is another ballot.
Sir, today, no. Today we have got time till 7 o'clock. Today 7 o'clock time is there. So now let him finish. He has got 1.5 hour time. Then I will start it.
So I think to be fair to that member also, we will in 30 minutes finish this and he can start and then that is fair. That is
Good,
more
sir.
fair.
I have very right. Our time is 7 o'clock. 2.5 hours from 4:30. 7 o'clock.
He has the right to
he has
object.
to go.
Okay, I understood. Eh? No, listen. So I think the next man is objecting.
We have time till 7 o'clock. From 4:30 to 7, 2.5 hours. He has left our time is another half an hour. So after I got every right to initiate. Nobody can stop it.
Okay, all right, we will continue. That is Sri Tiruchi Shiva. But only 3 minutes. Pardon
He
me.
wants to leave, sir.
Pardon me. But I will give him also. I will give him chance.
Shiva told that
Since he wants to leave, he can.
No, Tiruchi. No,
He wants
no,
to
I
leave.
called Tiruchi Shiva. After that, I will call him. I never said. I said I will give him. Not now. I have to go by the order. Here is the list. Tiruchi Shiva.
Sir, I rise to support the resolution moved by Mr. Raja to abolish death penalty, sir. Sir, death penalty should not have a place in the 21st century. Is there any proof that absence of death penalty, which serves as a deterrent
Start
to the
from
crimes? Death penalty is being in vogue, sir, but at the same time, crimes are increasing, that to much heinous crimes. So it is not an assurance that death penalty stands as a deterrent and it prevents crimes being committed. In this situation, a civilized society should not continue to resort to such means of punishment. Maybe in the primitive ages, maybe in those days when there was no democracy, when there was monarchy was there, these things might have been in practice. But now that democracy is being practiced across the world, and when lives are being considered so precious, it cannot be treated as in the days of those Roman Empire period, tooth for tooth and nail for nail. So it is high time we have to think about that. Already 102 countries have abolished death penalty. Why not India? Always a forerunner in such progressive measures. So this has been a discussion across the country in various forums and also in legislative forums. Now today we have taken it up in the form of a private member resolution. Sir, on December 18th, 2014, the United Nations voted to adopt a resolution calling for a global moratorium on the death penalty with an eye towards abolition. A record high of 117 countries voted in favor of the resolution. The United States was one of just 38 nations that opposed it, and 34 nations abstained. 2 years ago, a similar resolution passed with 111 yes votes. This year's resolution also urged those countries that still carry out executions. Sir, this is very shocking to know that not to execute juveniles, pregnant women, or people with intellectual disabilities. This is also being happened across the country. So the United Nations has passed a resolution which so many countries have supported, and us, we the Indian nation, we, the foreigners, are the tallest democracy in the world, should immediately bring it that death penalty should be abolished from our law books, sir. Sir, this is the, moreover, our UN Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon, remarked that member states from all regions acknowledge that the death penalty undermines human dignity and that its abolition or at least a moratorium on its use contributes to the enhancement and progressive development of human rights. More than 160 member states of the United Nations with a variety of legal systems, traditions, cultures and religious backgrounds have either abolished the death penalty or do not practice it.
Okay.
Sir, one moment, sir. In Tamil Nadu, sir, 7 persons are being waiting, sir. Death penalty, like the Damocles sword, every day they are dying. So we have been urging for the past more than 25 years, they are languishing in the prisons, that what would happen the next day. And many, I think, issues have been raised, concerns have been issued, sir. Article 72 empowers the president to commute a sentence. So also Article 161 empowers the governor to commute a sentence. In this situation, keeping away all these things, considering the developing world and the civilized society, India should set an example and to join the other 102 countries by way of abolishing the death penalty, and that will be a very good indication that we are a forerunner in many other things as in democracies. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. You want to go now? No. I will go by the list, okay? TK Elangovan. No. No, he's also 3 minutes, no problem. He's also 3. Your name is not here. No, your name is not here, his name is there. What are you doing? That I asked. Then he said, he didn't tell me that. No, you should say that. See, the problem is, this way. No, listen.
I honestly feel that I did not
I
violate any rule. But I have given the direction to give my...
Then you take...
But it seems that she
Now
did not
you
give
take
me-
your seat, listen.
This
Then
is
you
the
take your
problem.
seat. First you obey me, take your seat.
Yes.
Sit down. The point is, if only you are wanted to go early, it was enough to intimate me by a chit that I have a flight. That is the way, I should have done that. That is
given
not
the
done.
floor,
Number two. Then you object, same party calling. See, they have only given name, you have not given name. So even if I am calling you, I can call you only after exhausting all names already given. That is why I am not calling you. But you understand? Now, after calling him, if you have a flight, after 3 minutes I can call you. Okay, fine. You understand the rules and cooperate with the chair. I am ready to cooperate with everybody.
Thank you,
Please.
Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. I rise to support the resolution passed by our honorable colleague, Thiru D. Raja, on the abolition of capital punishment. Sir, 103 countries have completely abolished all capital punishment de jure, by law. They have made amendments to the law to abolish capital punishment.
It is not absent.
6 countries have abolished capital punishment except for war crimes. For the rest of the crimes, there is no capital punishment. And 50 countries have abolished it de facto. That for the past 10 years, there was no capital punishment awarded to any criminal, any accused on any charge. So only 36 countries are practicing capital punishment. Secondly, sir, the Fundamental Rights Charter of the European Union, Article 2, prohibits the use of capital punishment. These are laws in all these countries where these countries, as my dear colleague Mr. Shiva stated, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth started with the Roman Empire and Greek Empire. But the European Union itself had stopped capital punishment. Only 36 countries, including India, US, China and Indonesia, which contributes to the total population, 60% of the total population, there the capital punishment is practiced. Sir, this is not system for correcting the accused. He kills somebody, an accused kills somebody and he gets killed by the court, lawfully killed. That doesn't, will not help to stop any crime. A criminal should be treated as another man. Any punishment should be used to correct him, to make him do the rightful things in the future. So, capital punishment may not help in the correction of criminals. Sir, the UN General Assembly has passed resolutions, adopted resolutions 4 times in 2007, 2008, 2010 and 2012 and also 2014 recently for a global moratorium on executions with a view to eventual abolition. So India should set an example by abolishing capital punishment. In this regard, I think most of the members will agree and support the resolution moved by Mr. D. Raja. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sri Lankavan. No, sorry, Sri Navadita Krishna. So, yes, you got given, only thing you were absent when your name was called, you got given the name. So it's correct. Now, take 3 minutes.
I thank Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. Regarding capital punishment, the legal position subject to correction, only in rarest of rare cases, capital punishment can be awarded. This is the dictum laid down by our Supreme Court. And on the procedure side, if the capital punishment is given by the Sessions Court, it has to be confirmed by the High Court. Then only it can be carried out. And then, of course, further appeal to the Supreme Court is also available. So, the Supreme Court has held time and again, only in rarest of rare cases, the capital punishment can be given in our judicial system. And further, I would like to draw the kind attention, some safeguards also given in the CRPC, like section 416 of CRPC, postponement of the capital sentence on pregnant woman. If a woman sentenced to death is found to be pregnant, the High Court shall commute the sentence to imprisonment for life. So there is some safeguard available. And then with regard to this, remission of sentence. This is a right conferred on the state governments, but the central government is usurping that power. I would like to draw the kind attention of this August body, listed 2, entry 4, prisons, and the irrelevant portion I am not reading, prisons and the persons detained therein. The entry reads, entry 4 reads like, entry 4 of listed 2 reads that prisons and the persons detained therein. And also, the section 435, state government to act after consultation with the central government in certain cases. Suppose if a case is investigated by CBI, the section says the state government shall not be, the power of remission shall not be exercised by the state government except after consultation with the central government. My opinion is subject to correction. This portion is unconstitutional because it infringes upon the state government's rights as contemplated under entry 4 of list 2 of the Constitution. The word consultation is available, not concurrence.
You are reading a judgment, copy of judgment?
Not
What were you reading?
CRPC.
Okay,
What
okay.
I am reading.
Okay, fine.
Shall not be exercised by the state government except after consultation with the central government if the case is investigated by CBI. So I am limiting to the purpose. So, in a case investigated by the CBI, the state government is entitled to exercise the power of remission of the sentence. It is, what is contemplated is after consultation. It is not concurrence. But the central government is taking the power of the state government. So it is unconstitutional, illegal. So we strongly urge the central government, even the cases where the CBI has investigated the offence and charge sheeted and the accused are found guilty, convicted, even if the capital punishment is awarded, even in that cases, state government has got power to remit the sentence. That power cannot be interfered by the central government. So now the central government is unnecessarily interfering with the life of 7 persons of the Tamil Nadu. So even now at the instance of our Honorable Chief Minister Amma, the state government has filed the review petition before the Constitution Bench of Supreme Court of India.
So let the court decide. What is the point in?
What?
It is in the Supreme Court, you said.
Yes,
Now the court
that is-
will decide.
Even now the central government can file an affidavit withdrawing the stand taken by the standard. Nothing prevents. There is no prohibition legally. The central government can file an application, affidavit stating that yes, the central state government has got a right to remit. Like the central cannot, we are not interfering with the right of the state government. So my honest request is August House
Okay.
is, and also request the central government
All
is,
right, all right.
don't interfere with the state government's right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Sri Ananda Bhaskar Rapalu, 3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Respected Deputy Chairman, with reverence towards Comrade Raja for his commitment to see the sedition and the death penalty out of the statute,
Let me see this comradeship always.
I stand here with cautious deference towards the suggestion of Comrade Raja. Because there is every necessity to understand the gravity of the crimes. Just recollect the recent Nirbhaya incident. Even after Nirbhaya Act, what is the situation prevailing upon all across our nation? And at the same time, the international law is not prohibiting the death penalty. Still the death penalty is not outlawed. There is urge to humanize the capital punishment. There is every necessity of each and every penalty in the statute, but to be used in the rarest of the rare cases. Then only the governance, the executive can ensure, but being the son of the downtrodden, weaker section, weaver community, with concern towards the Dalits and Adivasis and minorities in my own way, the observation in the resolution proposal that the 94% of the death sentences are related to the Dalit caste and religious minorities. This anomaly has to be attended to, and to address this problem, the union government shall ensure a separate commission to deliberate, to research, and to find out the exact complications. And in the rarest of the rare cases, whenever death penalty is pronounced, the death sentence holding person, the convict, shall have the scope of every immunity and every scope of advocate support and all other family medical support as the VVIP of the nation. Then only we can do the justice. Let us come out of the injustice to be done to him because of the gravity of the crime. But behaving humanely, we need to have the compound capital punishment within the statute, and for this to find out the update in consonance with the international observations, we need to have the separate commission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You have become a very good boy. Sorry, very good honorable member. Now, in place of 3 minutes,
I am very
now
good
2
boy
minutes.
for you. I am always very good boy for you.
In place of 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Now, Sri Manwar Salim, follow his example, 2 minutes.
डिप्टी चेयरमैन सर थैंक यू और कॉमरेड राजा को बधाई। मानिए 1979 में जब रंगा बिल्ला को फांसी हुई, उस वक्त हिंदुस्तान के मशहूर कवि विजेंद्र ने एक कविता लिखी मृत्यु दंड के नाम से, और उन्होंने कहा उस कविता में कि अगर वाल्मीकि को मृत्यु दंड दे दिया जाता तो रामायण जैसी महान किताब वजूद में नहीं आती दुनिया के अंदर। तो मृत्यु दंड का विरोध कवियों ने भी किया। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं सिर्फ 2-3 बात कह के उपाध्यक्ष महोदय बात पूरी करूंगा देखिए, मृत्युदंड को लेकर राष्ट्रीय विधि विद्यालय के दिल्ली के छात्रों ने जो एनालिसिस किया है उसमें 94% दलित और धार्मिक अल्पसंख्यक वर्ग के लोगों को मृत्युदंड देना बताया है। भारत के राष्ट्रपति, पूर्व राष्ट्रपति, स्वर्गीय राष्ट्रपति अब्दुल कलाम जी ने कहा है कि जब मैं मृत्युदंड देता हूं तो मुझे कष्ट होता है और अधिकांश याचिकाओं में सामाजिक और आर्थिक पक्षपात परिलक्षित होता है। इसी प्रकार विधि आयोग के अध्यक्ष न्यायमूर्ति AP शाह ने कहा है कि मृत्युदंड के मुद्दे पर पुनः विचार किए जाने की गंभीर आवश्यकता है, क्योंकि इस प्रणाली में अनेक विसंगतियां दिखाई देती हैं। मैं माननीय कॉमरेड राजा को मुबारकबाद देते हुए ये कहना चाहता हूं कि अध्यक्ष जी, मृत्युदंड एक दंड नहीं है बल्कि एक पछतावा है। हमें अपराधी को नहीं, अपराध को समाप्त करने की दिशा में पहल करना चाहिए। दूसरे ये कहना चाहता हूं कि सरकार के माननीय गृह राज्य मंत्री जी यहाँ बैठे हैं। एफ्स्पा जो है वो इससे भी खतरनाक कानून है। उसमें मृत्युदंड में तो अपील भी है, दलील भी है, लेकिन उसमें ना अपील है ना दलील है। उसमें आदमी मारा जाता है और कोई सफाई और कोई क्लेम नहीं है। इसलिए इस प्रकार के कानून जो ये परिलक्षित करते हों कि इंसानियत का कत्ल हो रहा है, धार्मिक आधार पर, जातीय आधार पर, गरीबी के आधार पर, और न्याय तो अपनी जगह है। माननीय उपाध्यक्ष महोदय, हमारे देश के एक महान फिल्म कलाकार सुनील दत्त जी ने कहा कि मुझे अपना मकान इसलिए बेचना पड़ा क्योंकि मुझे अपने बच्चे को वकील करना था और बहनताने के अंदर के लिए जो पैसा मांगा जा रहा था वो काफी नहीं था। उनका यह बयान था। और इस वक्त हमें ये भी एक बहस चलानी चाहिए कि हमें सस्ता इंसाफ देने के लिए सस्ते वकील भी मिले। इस उम्मीद के साथ कि सरकार की तरफ से एक अच्छा जवाब आएगा। मैं अपनी बात पूरी करता हूं, कॉमरेड को बधाई देता हूं।
No, sorry, you want to speak? No, Jaitul, you want to say? Okay, please, sorry. Sorry. He is my vice chairman. How can I deny him? Please.
बहुत ज़्यादा कहने के लिए नहीं है, समझने की बात है। और हम जानते हैं कि मृत्युदंड को समाप्त किए जाने के बारे में जो कहा जा रहा है वो एक शिक्षित समाज के बारे में, एक दायित्ववान समाज के बारे में, एक लोकतंत्र में, एक गणतंत्र में इस परंपरा को स्थापित करना है कि मृत्युदंड और मृत्यु देने के कारण क्या है। लगता है कि हिंसा का जवाब हिंसा नहीं होता है, और हिंसा को यदि जीतना है तो निश्चित रूप से अहिंसा के माध्यम से ही जीता जा सकता है। ये हमारे देश की आज़ादी के आंदोलन का परिणाम भी है। और इसलिए ये पार्श्विक वृत्ति है हिंसा की, इसको मिटाया जाए कैसे, और ये हो सकता है केवल शिक्षा के माध्यम से। जब तक समाज शिक्षित नहीं होगा, जब तक उनके दायित्वों के बारे में जानकार नहीं होंगे, तब तक ये बातें संभव नहीं हो सकती है। और इसलिए ये जो प्रस्ताव आया है, और सिद्धांततः इस प्रस्ताव से सभी सहमत हैं। समाज में ऐसी परिस्थितियां निर्मित करनी होगी हमें शिक्षा के बारे में, और सभी को नैतिकता के बारे में, जब जाकर के एक आदर्श समाज की रचना करने में हम समर्थ हो सकेंगे। तो इस प्रकार से हमारे देश के कानून में ये जो सारी बातें हैं उनको दूर करने के लिए, उपाय करने के लिए हमें क्रमबद्ध और इस प्रकार का उपाय करना होगा। और एक आदर्श राज्य की व्यवस्था करने के लिए जहाँ न कोई अपराधी हो, न कोई उस पर सजा देने वाला हो, इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था बनाने के लिए हमें उपाय करना होगा। न राजा न राजासीत न दंडो न च दांडिका धर्मेणैव प्रजा सर्व रक्षति स्म परस्परम। हम अपने दायित्व को समझते हुए एक दूसरे की रक्षा करने में समर्थ हो जाए, ऐसे आदर्श समाज की स्थापना करने के लिए हम उपाय करें, यही मुझे कहना है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much. Now, Honorable Minister, please.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. First of all, I'm grateful to Honorable Member D. Rajaji for moving this very important resolution, and all the honorable members who had taken part in the discussion and given very useful and important suggestions. Unfortunately, I am not in a position to respond to each member because of the paucity of time, and because another member also has to move his resolution as per the decision of the chair. So I hope the House will bear with me. I will be very precise and very short. So I compliment, along with D. Raja, Dr. E.M. Sudarsana Nachiappan, Dr. Subramaniam Swami, Sri Meghraj Jain, Sri Majid Memon, Sri Shantaram Naik, Sri